and welcome back to Your Daily Harvest, where we talk about everything that has been on your mind. Today's topic is about the root of many environmental issues. Issues such as global warming, world hunger, obesity, decreasing soil quality, loss of biodiversity, land use, and animal cruelty that you may contribute to and the next generation will suffer from. Today we will be talking about the meat of these issues quite literally. We will explore why going vegan or eating less meat might benefit you and our environment. But before we get started, it's important to note that we are not here to tell you what to believe. We just want to tell you the benefits of eating less meat. Speaking of, let's go meet our reporter.
Let's take a look at global warming, which is caused by greenhouse gases. We all knew about carbon dioxide. Did we know about methane? Methane is a greenhouse gas that's almost 27 to 30 times better at trapping heat than carbon dioxide. According to the EPA, 95% of our methane emissions come from livestock, and according to the UN, meat and dairy accounts for 14.5% of all greenhouse gas emissions. That's more than every car, train, plane, and ship combined. The livestock that needs to be supported to serve our ferocious appetite for meat. This is not even to mention the large amounts of land it takes to grow healthy livestock and the mass amounts of water that we need to provide for it, meaning less usable water for all of us, as well as less resources.
You can just look at nature and see why your vicious demand for meat does not work. Every time energy is transferred, most of it is lost, about 90% as a general rule. Thus, eating producers is much more efficient than eating consumers that eat those producers. With only the grain grown in the US to feed livestock, you could feed about 800 million people, which is almost the population of the entire United States times 2. Imagine how many people we could feed if all our farmland was used for crops. And that's not even considering the large amount of other resources needed to produce meat, including land and water. What I'm about to show you will drive you sick. Animals don't deserve to rot in CAFOs for the sole purpose of being slaughtered.
Wow, that's shocking. But wait, what are CAFOs?
CAFOs, or concentrated animal feeding operations, are those meant to cheaply mass-produce livestock for slaughter. In this attempt, they alter animal growth hormones, feed them an unnatural diet, and confine them to extremely small places. They stack animal waste in large mineral lagoons, and according to the CDC, these mineral lagoons can severely pollute groundwater and surface water sources. These mineral lagoons can also cause eutrophication in waterways. Additionally, they release harmful emissions of gases into the atmosphere. The massive mineral lagoons often serve as breeding grounds for insect vectors. The animals in CAFOs are usually administered antibiotics in their feed, something the WHO opposes. The treatment of animals in these CAFOs impacts the quality of their meat. We as the consumers of this meat are also impacted by the way animals are treated in CAFOs. Are you sure this is what you want to put inside your body? Because we are what we eat.
But let's say you're cold-hearted, and you don't care about the environment or these animals whatsoever. Do you care about your wallet?
As it turns out, a vegan diet is very affordable and can cut your food costs by a third. Most people think that vegan diets are something financially out of reach for them. But as you can see from the diagram, a vegan diet is much cheaper per kilocalorie. Another important thing to note is that Americans earning less than $30,000 annually are more likely to identify as vegans or vegetarians. This shows that this is an affordable option.
Not only that, but vegan is also healthier. According to Healthline, eating less meat can lower your risk of certain cancers, such as prostate, breast, and stomach cancer. Vegans may also benefit from up to a 75% lower risk of high blood pressure. Vegan diets can even reduce pain from arthritis. This is likely due to its large amounts of probiotic, antioxidant, and fiber content. Lowering your intake of meat and dairy products, as well as increasing your intake of plant-based foods, can decrease your risk of type 2 diabetes and obesity.
Additionally, it was also found that the prevalence of overweight or obese individuals was 40% among individuals who identified as omnivores, while only 29% who identified as vegans or vegetarians.
You might feel that you can't cut meat out of your diet entirely. There are also alternatives. Plant-based meats made of legumes and vegetable proteins like peas are available. So in general, eating less meat and more sustainably grown meat, such as free-range poultry compared to cattle, is more beneficial than doing nothing to both your health and the environment.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. Just to recap our segment, veganism is not only good for your health, but also the environment. Vegan diets can prevent things such as the mistreatment of animals, as well as prevent soil degradation and even pollution of waterways. It seems to me like there are more positives to becoming vegan than negatives. If completely cutting meat out of your diet is unreasonable, try to limit the amount of meat that you consume. It is time for a kale to action. Eat less meat not only for yourself, but to make the world a better place for future generations. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.